Good morning, children. I am Anmol Messi, PGT Physics, Mount Litera Z School, Jhansi. Children, in previous classes and previous videos, we have studied about capacitance and the various derivations of capacitance related to capacitors. And in the last video, we discussed about energy stored in a capacitor. Today we'll study a fresh topic which is common potential. So I'll explain you what exactly common potential is all about, and then we'll study about loss of energy on sharing charges. Okay, so let us discuss one by one both the topics. So first heading is common potential. Children, let us consider two capacitors, and both the capacitors are connected with the help of a copper wire between them. Okay, so obviously when you will connect a copper wire between them, the charges would start flowing from one capacitor to another. Like for example, if in case we have a body which has got certain temperature, let's say there is a body A whose temperature is 50 degrees Celsius, and there is another body B whose temperature is 30 degrees Celsius. If we join both the bodies together, then heat would start flowing from a body at higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. In this case, it would flow from body A to body B. Why? Because this is the normal rule of flow of heat, that it always flows from higher temperature to a body at lower temperature. But at the same time, if I ask you this question, till what time this heat would flow? ओके मतलब कब तक ये हीट फ्लो करेगी? तो इसका आंसर क्या है? हीट वुड फ्लो until the bodies are at same temperature. It is also known as thermal equilibrium. Till the time both the bodies does not come at thermal equilibrium, the heat would continuously flow from one body to another. Okay, similarly this would happen in capacitors as well. If we consider two capacitors and join them with the help of a copper wire, then charges would also start flowing from one capacitor to another. That is, we can say that from a capacitor at higher potential to a capacitor at lower potential. But up till what time these charges would flow? Until both the capacitors are in thermal in equilibrium. Like we have said earlier, instead of saying thermal equilibrium, we'll use the word common potential. So the charges would flow from a capacitor at higher potential to a capacitor at lower potential until unless both the capacitor are at same potential, which is also known as common potential. So this same value of potential for both the capacitors, when the charge stops flowing, when the flow of charge ceases, this value of potential is known as common potential. So as you can see in the diagram, I have explained it very well that we have connected two capacitors with the help of a copper wire, and we are going to take two different cases. First case is before sharing, and the other case is after sharing. So let us consider the first case, which is before sharing. In this, the total charge, obviously Q is equal to, since the expression for charge is CV, so for first capacitor it is C1, and the for second capacitor it would be first capacitor it would be C1 V1, and for the second capacitor it would be C2 V2. Okay, so the total charge would become Q is equal to C1 V1 plus C2 V2 for both the capacitors. Now we will take the other case, which is after sharing. Here let us consider total charge as Q dash. Now for first capacitor, the charge would become C1 V. Why not V1? Because now the potential is same, plus C2 V. Again, why V? Because now the potential is same for both the capacitors. There is no V1 and V2 now. So we can take out V as common. So we are left with Q dash is equal to, in brackets, C1 plus C2 and V. But total charge remains same. Obviously both the capacitors are sharing charges, but total charge would always remain same. आपके पास 4 चॉकलेट हैं, उसमें से आप 3 चॉकलेट किसी और को दे दो, या 2 चॉकलेट किसी और को दे दो, बट टोटल नंबर ऑफ चॉकलेट्स वुड रिमेन सेम. However, the number of chocolates that you have shared were different in both the cases, but total number of chocolates would always remain same. Similarly, over here, before sharing and after sharing, the total amount of charge would always remain same. Okay. Now what we can do is we can make an expression that q dash is equal to q, and we can put both the values, that is the value of q dash and the value of q. So we are left with c1 plus c2 into v is equal to c1 v1 plus c2 v2, and if we will make v a subject, then the expression would become v is equal to c1 v1 plus c2 v2 upon c1 plus c2, where this v is the expression for common potential. All right. Now let us start with another topic. The second topic that we are supposed to discuss today is loss of energy on sharing charges. Obviously, whenever we share charges from one capacitor to another, there might be some energy which is lost due to sharing. आप कभी भी अगर कोई चीज़ खरीदते हो, उसके बाद आप मान लीजिए उसको कोरियर करके एक जगह से दूसरी जगह भेजते हो, so some money would be lost as courier charges or maybe different type of taxes. Similarly over here, when charge is transferred from one capacitor to another, some amount of energy would be lost in transferring the charge from one capacitor to another. So let us calculate the loss of energy, because it is actually a loss for us. So let us calculate the total loss of energy in sharing the charges from one capacitor to another. So we'll again take two cases. First case would be before sharing, and the second case would be after sharing. So in first case, that is energy before sharing, the expression for energy is actually half CV square. So for first capacitor it would be half C1 V1 square, and for second capacitor it would be half C2 V2 square. So total energy of both the capacitors would become U is equal to half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square. Okay. Now for after sharing, once we have shared the charges, obviously the potential would become same, because as in previous topic I have told you that when charges are shared, तो चार्ज कब तक शेयर होंगे, जब तक दोनों का पोटेंशियल सेम नहीं हो जाता, दैट इज कॉमन पोटेंशियल. सो न्यू एक्सप्रेशंस वुड बी देयर आफ्टर शेयरिंग. हाफ C1 V square for first capacitor, that is energy stored in first capacitor, and the energy in the second capacitor would be half C2 V square. There would be no V1 and V2 because V is common for both the capacitors now, and this total energy would be U dash. So U dash is equal to half C1 V square plus half C2 V square, and if we take out half and V common from both the formulas, we are left with U dash is equal to half C1 plus C2 into V square. Now how can we calculate the loss of energy? Obviously loss of energy could be calculated as energy before sharing minus energy after sharing. So that is U minus U dash. So we'll put both the values, that is the value of U and minus the value of U dash. Now further, if we are solving the expression, then we have put the value of U. You can see over here I have put the value of U, that is half C1 V1 square plus half C2 V2 square, minus I have put the value of U dash which we have calculated above. And since this is V, that is common potential, in the next step I have copied the entire expression, and then I have put the value of V, which is the value of common potential C1 V1 plus C2 V2 upon C1 plus C2 का होल स्क्वायर. एंड C1 प्लस C2 का जो होल स्क्वायर होगा उसमें से एक आप यहां से कैंसिल कर सकते हो. सो फाइनली वी आर लेफ्ट विद this expression. Loss is equal to, the entire expression is same as in the previous expression, माइनस हाफ, एंड वो C1 प्लस C2 कैंसिल हो गया, तो सिर्फ एक C1 प्लस C2 यहाँ बचा है हमारे पास. फाइनली वी कैन टेक LCM. सो आई हैव टेकन LCM ओवर हियर, तो ये C1 प्लस C2 हमारा LCM हो गया, एंड आफ्टर सॉल्विंग इसके साथ में C1 प्लस C2 मल्टीप्लाई में आ गया LCM लेने पर. ऑल राइट. Now this C1 plus C2 which is in divide, I have taken out as common. I have even taken out half common outside, and we are left with C1 V1 square plus C2 V2 square into C1 plus C2 minus C1 V1 plus C2 V2 whole square. Okay. Now what we can do is we can multiply these two. So first we have multiplied C1, that is C1 into C1 V1 square, so it becomes C1 square V1 square plus C1 into this is C1 C2 V2 का square plus now we'll multiply C2, so this will become C1 C2 V1 square. Okay, then we'll multiply C2 with this C2 V2 का square into C2 is C2 square V2 square minus, now this is A plus B का whole square, so we can write it as A square plus B square plus 2AB. So this is A square, this is B square, this is 2AB. But since there was a negative sign over here, so we have multiplied that minus sign in the expression. Okay, is that fine? Now what we are doing in the next expression is that some formulas would get cancelled. Some like this C1 square V1 square got cancelled out with the help of this. Okay, this C2 square V2 square was cancelled out with the help of this. Okay, and we are left with this expression, from which we have taken out C1 C2 common, and we are left with this. This is actually again an expression for A plus B whole, A minus B whole square. So this would become V1 minus V2 whole square, and this is actually your loss of energy.